The holidays aren't just about gifts, they're also about connection. This year, the most meaningful thing that you can do is give your time and presence. Hi, this is Enrique. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be talking about the importance of giving your time and presence to the people around you and loved ones. So, today, I would like to give a little bit of a story about how I myself have always been the type of person to give my time more than anything to people around the holidays, whether it be to volunteer to help them clean their house or mow their lawn or organize their things within their house or help them fix something within, maybe they have a problem with their computer. I have a lot of computer knowledge. Sometimes I'll help them out. I'll take the time to give my own time and resources and experience to help people out, to make their life better, and to make sure that their life isn't as complicated. I do get a lot of people around me, especially older people that I know. Sometimes they'll have issues with their computers or their tablets or their phones. I myself have a lot of knowledge with that. And so those are things that I can contribute to the people around me, especially the older people. There's just a lot of people out there that do not have the time or resources or knowledge to be able to solve issues during the holiday season. I've had instances too where I'll have nieces or nephews that sometimes they're struggling and sometimes they are missing things in their life to make it a little bit more comfortable. I've had instances where maybe they'll lose something that they need for school or maybe they need something for work. Those are little things that I've been able to contribute in my own life to make people's lives around me a little bit better. And studies do show that a lot of people, especially as they get older, they tend to be very lonely during the holidays. Sometimes you have a couple, maybe one of the spouses passes away, and so then the children, they don't even live in town. They live in a different area of the United States, or sometimes they even live abroad. And so it makes it very difficult for families sometimes to reunite, especially around the holidays. So it's very important that if you do know someone that is in that situation, maybe just giving them a call, talking to them for half an hour or so, or maybe even visiting them if they're a short drive away, maybe spending an hour or two talking to them, getting to talk about the current events over a cup of coffee. Sometimes that can brighten people's days. Maybe that's the only thing they have to look forward to. I have noticed that sometimes when you do have situations like that where you do visit older people, they are excited to see you. They bring out the best in them. And a lot of the times that presence, it's a lot more valuable than giving them a gift. Because then a lot of people, they get these gifts and a lot of the times they don't even use them. You get a lot of situations where people, they give away sometimes candy or chocolates or liquor, or sometimes they'll give away like mugs or different items that people don't even use. They just stuff them away and they never get any use out of them. There's a lot of people out there that don't drink alcohol or don't eat candy, and so sometimes it just goes to waste. So instead of doing that, sometimes it's good just to give an act of kindness, to just be able to go and give your own time and presence, especially if you're a very busy person. People appreciate it. If they know that throughout the year you've pretty much disappeared from their lives because you're a very busy person and they know you are, they can feel it in your presence, then by you maybe shutting off your phone or maybe muting your phone and your text messages and give them your individual attention, that's a lot more valuable to people nowadays, especially because we only have a certain amount of time here in life. And a lot of people, they also appreciate it, especially if you're the type of person that has a small group of friends. Sometimes it's good to be able to host maybe a cookie exchange. You could do a gift exchange. And there's other things that you can do, maybe a movie night or stuff like that with people around you that you may know. That's actually not a bad thing to do during the holidays. It brings the people together. It allows you to catch up because a lot of times people, they try to catch up on social media, but it's not the same. There's a lot of fake things out there. There's a lot of fake news out there. A lot of people that they tend to post only certain things. So even though you might see on someone's feed certain pictures or certain videos, you don't really get to see the clear picture of what's going on out there. I myself have a lot of people that I've known over the years where maybe I haven't spoken to them for 2 to 3 years. And sometimes when you do call them, they're more than welcome to have you go to their house and maybe spend an afternoon with them. If you get a chance, maybe on a Friday night or Saturday night, maybe relink with some of these people that you haven't seen in 2 to 3 years and catch up. They appreciate, a lot of people, they appreciate it, especially during this time. People do tend to sometimes listen to all the holiday music and get depressed because maybe they don't have a lot of close friends, or maybe some of their family members are not close by. You can also volunteer at a local food bank, or maybe there's other places around where you live that are also looking for volunteers to give out certain supplies to people, or to just give out your time, maybe to your local organization, a church. Those are things that bring the community together. I know for a lot of people that do go to their local church, they tend to have certain potlucks, or maybe if they have families, maybe all the children reunite, they have a good time. And so those are little things that can bring the community together. I really do think that it's very important for people to find that space, because especially here in the United States and other countries such as the United States, they tend to isolate themselves. People tend to isolate themselves during the year, and they just end up going to work and back home. And so all of that also creates an epidemic where people are just not socializing, and that can be an issue going down the line, especially for the children nowadays who are growing up. They're not developing the social skills that other generations did. And so it is very important to continue that tradition and to make sure that your children do continue to socialize so that when they grow up, they have those skills. During the holidays, it's always a good time to be able to try to get to know your neighbors, or at least exchange information, because sometimes what will happen too is when you move into a new neighborhood or community, you have all these neighbors, but sometimes you can go weeks, months, or even years without talking to them. So you don't know what's going on in your community. There's apps like Nextdoor that provide a little bit of a sense of community, but a lot of the posts out there, sometimes they can be toxic. So it is very important that you as an individual or your family introduce yourself to your neighbors, at least the ones in the close vicinity. You can have that sense of connection. And if there's ever urgency amongst the community, you know who to run to, whether it be if you have to go and communicate with someone nearby. Because the last thing is you want to get stuck. If there's ever some sort of emergency in your community, if you don't have the contact information of your neighbors, that could be a big hindrance for you to be able to get things done while this emergency is happening. You could have a natural disaster or other types of situations where it would be very good for you to have the contact information for neighbors around you. All of these things, if you are kind to your neighbors, they will also be kind to you. So it's kind of a ripple effect. When you are the type of person that provides kindness to people throughout the year, you will get that back as well. So maybe if you have someone delivering packages, UPS or FedEx or any delivery service, sometimes what will happen is they'll deliver to the wrong address. If you don't have that communication between you and your neighbors, maybe they'll never deliver the package to you. They don't even know the name on the package, but yet if they know who that is, there's more of a possibility for them to go drop off that package at your address, versus if the person doesn't know who you are, maybe they'll just keep it or they'll return the sender. Also, another thing that people tend to do during the holidays sometimes, maybe if you are at a coffee shop, maybe you want to pay for the coffee for the person behind you. That's a little bit of an act of kindness. I know people do tend to do that during the holidays. So if you do have the means to do that, those are little things that you can do to brighten someone's day. And when you are around family and friends and you are giving them your undivided attention, make sure that you practice active listening. Make sure you let them talk. You go ahead and you really pay attention as to what they're saying, so that you can really engage in a good conversation. Because the last thing that you want to do is be there present, to be constantly on your phone and not pay attention to what the person's saying, because they will feel it. They will feel that even though you're there, you're not really paying attention to them. So I do challenge my viewers to go out there to try to find ways that they can help their local community, or to look for people around them that may need some help as well. If you have a skill, maybe volunteer some of your time. I know that that's not for everybody, because we live in a society that's very selfish. But if you do have the means, I think that it's great to give back a little bit to our community. Maybe take an hour or two out of every single week to find ways that you can help people. And if you do have stories of where you've helped people and you've made a difference in their life, please leave it in the comments below. I would like to hear that. Maybe you will inspire other people to do the same. This is a community, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a community of people that are positive and give each other ideas as to how to grow as a person, how to become better. So again, this holiday season, it's not about the size of the gift. It's more about giving your time and presence to people, and make sure that you acknowledge them. I really appreciate everybody so far that has been watching my videos and has been engaging with my content. That's something that I was not expecting to have as many followers as I have so far. And again, I will continue to provide content that I think will make all of you a better person. And we'll go ahead and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.